Monday Night Raw for next week, and I got SmackDown uploading now for Friday. Series. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe. Let's get into it. Oops, I did not mean to do that.
We welcome you to Miami, Florida. I'm at Cohen with Jay Williams. And Jay, this might be the greatest club in the NBA.
Ooh, Ed, I'm ready. I'm really.
Hold on, y'all. I gotta do something before I start. Oh, oh. Like you can name. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So that's my little story.
What? Oops.
My little story.
The Houston Rockets begin the game with the basketball. To Fareed. Here comes the screen.
On your right.
Nothing going here on that drive. Harden. Shot clock winding down. Going to launch beyond the arc. Can't get the bounce.
You know you can't shoot.
Jay, sometimes it's not just the heat that does opponents in Miami.
I've been a victim to this multiple times when we have played the Heat, and I think other franchises from cold cities have been the same. There's a reason why the Miami Heat have such an advantage down here on South Beach. You catch them on an off night, it's rare that opposing teams are ready to play.
He connects, had all the time in the world. Too easy.
I mean, this is something everybody can relate to in their lives. It's happened to me while doing broadcasts as well. Sometimes you're physically there, but mentally you're nowhere to be found. We obviously saw one of those same things happen on the court.
Oh, highlight moves. Tough to do with the defender all over you. James Harden, and scores on the step back. Unguardable, Jay. The challenge defending a guy who can be a 1 or a 2.
We're not old men talking about this game. We don't define players by positions anymore. Is he a 1 or is he a 2? No, he's James Harden. He is a scorer and an elite passer.
I got ball.
4-3. Textbook defense.
Good boy.
Knight into the front court. 2-point advantage. Harden. Not that time. From long range. That's not his range. It's no good. Out of bounds, last touch by the Heat. James Harden at the controls. Capella. To Harden. Shot from the lane won't go. Fires the 3, buries it.
I mean, does he have eyes in the back of his head or what? I get paid money to watch and study this game daily. Even I didn't see that angle.
And throws it down.
Some players are so cerebral. I'm not even paying attention to the dunk as much as I'm paying attention to the player pointing and communicating to everybody his team needs to guard on the next play down the court.
Buries the wide open 3. That's too easy.
But it was how he created the shot. As a defender, there's a tendency to stand up when you stare at the ball. Offensive player recognized that, continuously moved without the ball. Bang, that's how he set it up.
Just enough of a head fake to help on that one.
Okay, you see this all the time. The defensive players establishing his presence on the court and also checking to see how far the refs are going to let him go.
And he connects on the first free throw. Can't connect on the second, and he splits the pair. Houston with the basketball. That is great vision to set it up. Buries it on the catch and shoot.
It's all about creating space with the dribble. Once you have that gap, you can beat somebody in a variety of ways. He chose the dagger with the 3.
Here's a chance from long range. Message received. Well defended.
Just because you're an elite shooter doesn't mean you need to shoot the ball every possession. Maybe give a head fake, crack into the defender, get to the free throw line, see the ball go in the hole.
Off the assist.
Look, there was barely any contact on that last play. I agree with the ref's no call. Let him play.
Here we go. My ball. I got ball. That's me. Watch cut.
Beyond the arc for 3. Not that time. He missed it. Nice touch around the basket with the tip.
That's what I'm talking about, Ed. It's that simple. Put the ball in the bucket.
Harden in possession. Leads a bucket.
Hey, shut up.
James Harden, 2 for 3 now here in the first.
You see, you can't actually get mesmerized by the ball. You actually have to focus on the dribbler's belly button. I know that may sound cheesy, but trust me, he can't go anywhere without his core.
Tough-looking shot there, still gets it to go down.
They're going to have to find answers defensively and quickly because he's carving them up in the first quarter.
Here we go.
To Harden. Finishing inside the paint on that one.
Threes and layups. That's what the Rockets do. They're not a team that settles for mid-range shots. And that's a good job of getting to the rim and racking it.
Tough shot and nearly a chance at a three-point play. No foul.
Let me tell you something that nobody will ever talk about. Did you see him slow down right before he was about to go up? That slow change of speed, that slight change was just enough to throw the defender off.
Tough move in close quarters with the crossover. 5 seconds to shoot. To Harden. Doesn't have the touch. No good.
You know, Ed, everybody gives so much credit to the guy who contested the shot, but there's no way he's in that position without the communication of the backbone of the defense. When you have a guy back there who can block shots and tells you to apply more pressure, you know you're in a safe place.
Harden. Won't go. For 3, smothering.
I got it.
It's Rockets ball.
Screw right. On your right.
Sizing up the defense. Harden. Shot off the mark. Good defense.
Shooters shoot, period. I don't want to hear any excuses. That's why you're on the floor. You keep doing what you're doing with that superior confidence.
We get a whistle and a timeout for Houston as they'll go over some tactics now in this first quarter of play. Legs coming onto the floor.
My ball here. My ball.
I got ball.
Lets it fly from long range. Won't go down.
Watch cutter.
Shooter.
Cleaning the offensive glass. Nice follow-up on the dunk there. They have set the tone in this one.
I love when I see offenses come out in beast mode. You attack that paint, you get to the rim, inevitably the floor will open up for you to knock down some threes.
Fires the 3. How's that for a start? 14 points in this first quarter as he knocks down the 3.
And look, I know this requires great conditioning on the defensive part, but you have to start denying him the ball. Make him catch the ball further away from the basket.
We played one here at American Airlines Arena with the Heat out in front. Jay and I back to South Florida after this. You're watching the NBA on EA Sports. One quarter down. Long way to go. So, buckle up. It's wide open.
I know you're wondering why I'm clapping. Both teams came out in the first quarter, and they executed. When do you ever see that, Ed? You have to continue to bring those competitive juices into the second quarter, and we're going to have one heck of a ball game.
Gets it to go. Could have been more. A lot of contact, but no foul.
No doubt about where that one was headed.
And now Houston has the basketball. takes stock of the floor to Fareed. Bam, out of bio. Snatching it out of the air.
Oh, he blocked that with authority.
And the basket good at the rim.
The pass was really good, but what I love most about the play, Ed, was that every player that ran in transition had active hands, which means they were active targets. They provided a target for the player to deliver the pass. That's how you work together as teammates.
Trying to cash in. You talk about forcing things up. Too much pressure that time.
And this happens all the time in this league. Sometimes offensively, you're tired. It's one of those type of nights. You combine that with the fact that the defense is hungry and active and contested.
Lets it fly from beyond the arc. That's how you defend.
And look, sometimes you don't have it going every single night. Maybe utilize yourself as a decoy and get some teammates involved with your passing.
I told you the screen was coming.
The shot, almost. Knight into the front court, trailing by 11. Here comes the screen.
Right.
Has a chance, wide open. Too easy. You can't give him that look.
I don't know what halftime evaluation will be worse, the ankles or the bruised ego.
Now the Heat gonna use a timeout as they'll take a moment to go over things here in the second quarter.
Hey viewers, I got a question for you. Anybody got college football 26? If you do, hit me up. I'll face y'all online. I ain't got no problem with that.
Set to make some moves right now. And scores.
Well, when you play for each other and not just for yourself, that's when great things happen. You essentially lose yourself in what the team is trying to accomplish. It's called unselfish basketball. And there's nothing more beautiful than rewarding your teammate with a nice pass and letting them finish for 2 or 3 points.
Driving right to the basket. He takes it right at them and scores. You have to fill in there.
Ooh, cool, calm, and collective. The 3 C's. His handles are effortless.
To Rodney Hood.
Hey, I got your help, but you got
Fine to shoot for Miami.
Back door.
Has a look.
Shot.
Hood shot, no good.
The most important thing a shooter can do is continue to shoot. The defense is always going to give great effort, but it's more of your psyche that goes into the next shot that will limit you on whether you make the shot or not.
Good shot, good shot.
Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a three-point play.
So many times we get on the defender for quote-unquote letting the offensive player score on an and one. Sometimes there's a lucky bounce, but more often than not, it's the offensive player who makes the play happen despite the defender's best intentions.
Oh, he can't connect. Harden, down to Fareed. Oh, nice find for the basket.
Some players are just built to absorb the contact. He pretty much dusted that defender off like that was a bug at the park.
Here we go.
Big pick right there.
To Rodney Hood. He shoots. Oh, off the mark. Harden in possession. Right now, down 7. Right down Broadway for the 2. Defender has to pick him up.
I don't know if the scouting report has made its way out here yet, but if anything, it says you need to not let him get that close to the rim.
Coach has seen enough. He wants some changes. New personnel onto the floor.
I got ball, I got ball.
Add 2 points to the board.
Might have had an extra dribble or two there, but he got the shot he wanted.
Harden with it up top. They trail by 7. Nothing going here on that drive. To Harden. Rockets with 4 to shoot.
Watch the cutter coming through. Bump, 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 bump.
Keep on trying. Shot's no good there.
That's how you do it. You keep riding him to the basket, and if the refs aren't calling it, keep being physical. Keep knocking him off balance.
Gordon with it. Looking to make something happen. To Capella. John Henson pins it. Couldn't keep it in. It's out off John Henson. Time to adjust. Both coaches making changes on the floor. Fareed. Shot clock to 4 for Houston. Harden. He was all over him.
And there's always so much talk about defense. How about offensively? If you continue to attack that shooter, now you're making him work on the defensive end that makes him take his legs away on the offensive end.
and he drains it.
Well, they have such great flow to their offense this evening. The ball isn't sticking to one player individually. It's moving around the perimeter, and it's zipping. They're playing with a special cohesiveness.
Oh, leaves the defender in the dust. Pass stolen by Miami.
Come on, hell, back in kindergarten. You show the ball, and then you tell him with the easy lay.
Going back to the pre-K days, Jay. Missed it. Sends it away.
Just erasing mistakes left and right.
Rockets have the ball. To Fareed. Nice pace, sets it up, and slams it down. Jay, you know the deal. Keep the touches coming inside.
As long as that defense continues to give you high percentage shots, you better take that every time.
To Rodney Hood. The drive, right to the basket. Going to launch, beyond the arc. Rodney Hood couldn't get open, misses the shot.
Just because you're an elite shooter doesn't mean you need to shoot the ball every possession. Maybe give a head fake, crack into the defender, get to the free throw line, see the ball go in the hole.
And he'll go to the foul line.
Aggressive play there, but you can't fault the defender for being up in the shooter. You need to contest shots, each and every one of them.
Kenneth Fareed, couple of free throws on the way. A career 65% free throw shooter. No good on the second. It's a 1-of-2 trip. Heat in front.
It's time for the Rose Report at halftime, and it's brought to you by EA Sports. The Heat entered halftime with a solid lead. It was their playmaking, the way they gave each other scoring opportunities. That really impresses me. I love seeing unselfish basketball like that. These are the guys getting buckets for the Miami Heat. The Rockets are in need of some changes at the half. Of course, they still have 2 quarters to turn things around, but it won't happen without making some adjustments. Have a look at the leading scorers for the Houston Rockets.
Game track. Bench points.
The Houston Rockets had enough difficulty dealing with the opposing starters, let alone their bench players. They really need to adjust for the depth of this opposing team and figure out how to slow them down.
Player of the half.
I'm ready to skip ahead and just get this guy player of the game. You can...
Game track. Bench points.
The Houston Rockets were not given a chance to relax in that opening half. Even when the starters were on the bench, the reserves were maintaining the lead and earning their playing time.
Player of the half.
The film speaks for itself. He's definitely the player of the half. Now he just got to give an encore to get his team to win.
Who was cold?
Forget cold. This guy will be happy to be lukewarm at this point. He can't seem to get anything going. Here we go with the top plays from the first half.
Number 2. Number 1.
The Heat will start the second half with a decent lead. It was their playmaking, the way they gave each other scoring opportunities. That really impresses me. I love seeing unselfish basketball like that. Have a look at the leading scorers for the Miami Heat. The Rockets were... And with that, I'm sending it back to Ed and Jay to bring you the rest of the game.
Oh, get back, get back, get back.
4-3. Buries it on the catch and shoot.
Ed, let me tell you how this one goes. It ain't no fun if the homies can't have some. Everyone's getting a piece of the rock tonight.
To Harden. To Fareed. Miami secures the rebound. From long range. No good. That's great defense. Knight into the front court. His guys down 11. To Harden. Terrific vision. And count the basket.
It's really a dope thing when passing becomes infectious. But don't become overly passive. Still take your shots when they're there.
Good. Off a spin.
Underutilized, underutilized, underutilized. Am I getting my point across? Let's see more of that.
To Harden. Able to convert inside.
Old school equals high percentage.
Get back, get back. Match up, match up, match up.
To Harden. Not done yet. The follow won't go either. Fires the three. Great defense, forcing the miss.
Shooters shoot, period. I don't want to hear any excuses. That's why you're on the floor. You keep doing what you're doing with that superior confidence.
Clint Capella. Quiet night, but 2 for 3 in the contest right now.
Ed, I have a rule. If you're 6'9" or taller, I don't want to see you jelly it. I don't want to see any kind of weird spin or English on the ball. Just dunk it. Keep it simple, please.
Now a steal on a very lazy pass there. To Harden. Here's a chance from long range. They have to keep him in their grasp.
I know there are refs on the court all the time, but it doesn't mean they can see every play. Maybe defensively, grab his jersey, step on his toe, do something to kind of change up his pace.
Knock that down, yo. Knock that down.
Knight into the front court. His guys trail now by 4. To Harden. Beyond the arc for 3. That's off the side. To Harden. Converts in the paint. Nice finish at the rim.
Well, you know what the old saying is, when you assume, you make a... You know what I'm talking about. You can't fault the D too much there. I was expecting to kick out 3.
No good. Defense catching a break there. Ball on the deck. Trying to cash in. Off the mark. With defense like that, little margin for error. The choice. Harden into the front court. His club staring up at an 8-point deficit. From the painted area, won't go down.
My ball.
Kenneth Fareed with the block.
Oh, he blocked that with authority.
Rockets in control of the basketball. Yes, and the foul, and a chance at 3 coming up.
And I know there's so much excitement about the play, but everybody looks at the player. More people need to pay attention to the guy at the end of the bench, the strength and conditioning coach, because this kid's been putting in the time and effort every day in the weight room.
Free throw good to finish off the three-point play. It's back to a 5-point game.
Let's go. Let's play deep, play deep, play deep. Get down, get down, get down. Half court. Here come, here come. Come on, you gotta work around the screen. You're killing me.
Has a chance, knocks it down from mid-range. Now the Rockets will use a timeout as their coach wants to get a word in with his guys here in this third quarter. Looks like some substitutions are coming on in.
Stop the ball, stop the ball.
Pick up, pick up. Right.
Ankle check right here.
Down to Fareed. Off the assist.
And when plays like that happen with multiple players touching the ball, the basketball gods will 100% reward you.
It's the Heat with the possession. Doesn't get the bounce. Kenneth Fareed with a piece. Too much contact, and free throws coming.
I've seen it happen so many times. Small things like that foul can end up becoming a momentum changer. Let's see how this one plays out.
First try, no good. Good bounce back. Hits the second. It's a 1-of-2 trip.
See how easy that is? That's how we do it. Pick up, pick up, pick up. I got him. Let's go. You.
Here comes the screen. Knocked loose. That's a turnover. It goes the other way. Houston with the basketball. To Fareed. To the rim. Lays it up and in.
I like that.
Bodies bouncing all around on that layup with the offense winning that battle. But if the defense keeps up that kind of pressure, good things are bound to happen.
Watch cut.
Here comes the screen.
Watch the back door.
Give him 2 points. High percentage.
Did you see the way that dribble freed him up? It created so much space. I did, but the defender didn't.
Takes it right to the rim. A lot of contact there, but they say no foul.
So many times you can tell if a player is going to finish before he even gets to the rim. Did you see that look on his face? That was the look of a three-point play. You always going in thinking you can get more at the rim.
Here comes the screen.
Big screen right there, big screen.
Has a look. Not that time.
All the bricks you built in the crib.
Gordon with it. Down 4. John Henson tips it.
That kid can block out the sun, Ed.
I got him.
Hey, match up.
Shot by Anunoby, no good. That ends the third quarter. The Heat with the lead. It'll be Rockets basketball here as we start the fourth quarter. They trail to this point, but you'd have to say this one's up for grabs.
And the new style we play with in this league, all it takes is 3 quick threes, and you're right back in the ball game.
Great dish to set it up. Tough-looking shot there. Still gets it to go down.
Contact on a drive can be a beautiful thing. Making those tough shots can really help you build a mental advantage over your defender.
Not that time.
I got it.
Gordon with it. His group now down 2.
Wait on it. Go. I got you right here. Stop.
Lets it fly from long range. Well defended.
Box out. I'm on D. Oh, here it is.
Count the basket at the rim.
When things click, they click. That's good offense right there.
Self-check.
Nothing going here on that drive. Fires the 3. He engulfed him that time.
I got ball.
I got him. Here we go.
He was all over him. Missed the shot. No free throws.
And you have to remember that your hand is part of the ball. There wasn't enough contact on that play for the refs to blow the whistle.
Nothing going here on that drive. Shot from the lane won't go. Miami's got it.
Me and you, 90 feet. Let's go. What you got?
I got ball. This is all me.
Down the lane, but the shot won't fall. Nothing going here on that drive. He was smothered and still gets it to go down.
Sometimes you hear people give all these fancy breakdowns, tell you all these different things they can do. That was just plain old simple bully basketball. Muscled his way through the lane.
Some lineup changes now for both clubs.
Wait on it. Go. I got you right here. Stop.
Short jumper off the mark. Nice touch around the basket with the tip.
Probably option 3 right there in the court, but every player is a threat. No excuse for that easy bucket.
Nice pass to set things up.
Nice pass.
Nice pace, sets it up, and slams it down.
And when you get your prescription, you take your medicine and you call it a day.
Clamps on you. Let's go. You can't dribble. You can't dribble.
Cutter, I got yours.
Gets a shot up, off the mark.
Got to get through the screen. Get through it. Get through it.
Screen on your left, screen on your left.
Wide open look won't go.
You see, Ed, this is where coaches get fired. It's great to have good offensive sets, but if you can't execute, then the play was a failure.
Jumper's good.
Well, we got a chance to firsthand watch something be created. I think we just watched an epidemic of passing. I've never seen something like this before. It was so contagious, everybody started to do it, and it ultimately led to the other team's demise.
If that's an epidemic, sign me up. Rockets with 4 to shoot. Rebounded by the Heat. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. Now that's a contest. On the follow. Way to stay with it.
You normally don't see that, but that's the type of thing that keeps shooters in the league for a long time. Every once in a while, they venture into the paint.
Both teams tweaking their lineups. Here come some changes. Oh, the Heat right there to take it away.
Tonight, it may not cost you, but in a playoff game, it will.
And count the basket inside.
This type of game needs to be celebrated. This is the type of culture that is fostered when you play with unselfish players. When you give up a little bit of yourself and you make your teammate look great, that's the difference between winning and losing. So when you see these guys smiling, when you see them giving each other high fives, that's because of the energy that was created from the pass. The pass is one of the most brilliant things we have in this game.
To Capella. Off the mark. Going to launch beyond the arc. Tough shot. Well defended.
Just because you're an elite shooter doesn't mean you need to shoot the ball every possession. Maybe give a head fake, crack into the defender, get to the free throw line, see the ball go in the hole.
Stuffs it down with authority.
You know, from a point guard perspective, one of the things that I learned when I played in the league was that the more I was willing to give the ball up, the harder other players were willing to run to their spots. The harder the bigs were running to the rim. The harder the three-point shooters were running to the three-point line because they knew they can be active recipients. And when they caught the ball, they knew exactly what to do with it.
4-3. That's good D. Shot no good. It's in the hands of Harden.
Defense. Defense, let's go.
Cutter, get a tag.
Capella, down low. Almost. Tough shot and trap. Got a piece of it.
Jumping out the gym right now, Ed.
Great anticipation. Mixing things up. Hockey line substitutions. Both teams making changes. Fareed.
Hand up. Oh, that brick.
Shot won't go.
You got to get up on that. All right, I got ball.
Deep right corner. And the rebound. Take. Clint Capella. 3 for 6 now.
Ed, I know we live in a new age where players rather take a 3 than a 2, but if you get an easy 2, that's a guaranteed bucket. You have to take it. Needs to be celebrated. This is the type of culture that is fostered when you play with unselfish players. When you give up a little bit of yourself and you make your teammate look great, that's the difference between winning and losing. So when you see these guys smiling, when you see them giving each other high fives, that's because of the energy that was created from the pass. The pass is one of the most brilliant things we have in this game.
Harden. And finally, play is stopped on the tie-up. The official's ready. Let's see who can take the jump. And an 8-second violation. It's going the other way. Harden.
I got your help here. Oh, yeah, let's double shot me. Yep.
John Henson able to recover with the block. Fourth this contest.
This game is all about playing mind tricks on people. The offense is more worried about getting their shot blocked than they are about actually making the shot.
Missed it. Deep 3 at the buzzer. The Heat. Oh, how about that? A 3 at the buzzer. It's going to bring some icy stares from the other bench. This one is now all over.
Jalen Rose here, and I've got your EA Sports post-game wrap-up. The Heat got the win with a comfortable scoring margin. And how could I not mention all the shots they blocked in this one? You can see the confidence grow with each one, and it really fed into their success as a team. It was a pretty standout way to win. Check out the leading scores for the Miami Heat. The Rockets couldn't put it together to get the victory here today. And even though some of them smiled and shook hands with the other guys after the game, you could tell by the way they headed to the tunnels how disappointed they were about this loss. What you see here is how the majority of the points were scored to the Houston Rockets.
Game track. Second chance points.
The Miami Heat did a fantastic job of closing out on the offensive boards. Even better, they were able to convert those opportunities into second chance points. These guys did an incredible job of being assertive once the ball was in the air.
Player of the game.
If you asked him, I'm sure he'd give the credit to his teammate and coaches. But at the end of the day, we know that he's the one that made the biggest impact on this game.
Who was cold?
What can you say about a guy like this? Except that he fits the title of this segment. He was definitely cold in this game. These are the top 3 plays of the game.
Number 2. Number 1.
These are the upcoming games for the Miami Heat. That does it for us. On behalf of the rest of the crew, good night.
It's NBA action on EA Sports. I'm Ed Cohen. Great to be joined by Jay Williams for what should be a terrific matchup here tonight. From Bankers Life Fieldhouse, tonight it's the Indiana Pacers taking on the Miami Heat. The opening tip won by the Pacers as we get underway in downtown Indianapolis.
Watch cut.
To Oladipo. Bam Adebayo swats it. Yes, Victor Oladipo. Missed his first. That one goes.
Attack mode isn't a switch that you can just turn on and off. He needs to do more of that. We need to see him penetrate, get into that lane, and create.
Gets it to go. Could have been more. A lot of contact, but no foul. Indiana with the basketball. To Oladipo. Here comes the screen. Oladipo. Oh, nice find for the basket.
It's so difficult to block a guy like that with that kind of athleticism and length. Your timing almost has to be perfect, but pretty much there's no stopping him when he's around the rim.
Get down.
To Oladipo. Nice pace, sets it up, and slams it. Down.
You never want to leave anything to chance when you attack the rim. You finish strong every time you headhunt.
For three. No good. That's great defense.
Oftentimes, one of the ways to negate one of the best shooters in the game is to make him work off the ball. By making him work, you're taking his legs away from that shot.
To Oladipo. Trying to cash in. Oladipo's shot no good.
Come on, show me something better than that, baby. It's game time.
For three, he was all over him.
Shooters shoot. Period. I don't want to hear any excuses. That's why you're on the floor. You keep doing what you're doing with that superior confidence.
Can't connect from inside.
And physicality is your friend. Don't let these guys get any easy ones down low. Make them look at the refs, wondering where the foul was every time.
Basket's good on the follow. Way to stay with it.
Contact on a drive can be a beautiful thing. Making those tough shots can really help you build a mental advantage over your defender.
Nothing going here on that drive. And that one is out. And he finishes at the rim.
Ed, sometimes less is more. Keeping it simple is the best way.
Miami with the basketball. Fires the three. Another chance. On the follow. Way to stay with it.
Strong finish. That's what you need, regardless of contact, focusing on the rim.
Oladipo into the front court. Leads a bucket.
My ball.
Count it.
Man, that may not have been a gimme, but that layup at the rim definitely chips.
Into the front court. Looking to make something happen. The Pacers with 4 to shoot. Has a chance? Not that time. Pacers with the possession. To Oladipo. Takes stock of the floor. Oh, leaves the defender in the dust. Oladipo shot misses.
He working for us.
Oh, the spin to set up the dunk.
It's easy to become mesmerized when you watch a player who can create off the dribble. We call that dancing. When you allow a player to dance with that much space, that's Prob City.
John Henson, huge block.
Don't stare him down like that afterwards.
It's Indiana basketball.
Pick up. Match up.
Turner to Oladipo. Sizing up the defense. Victor Oladipo, his first effort, off the mark.
Hey, I got ball. I got mine. Y'all get yours. I got mine.
To Oladipo. Short jumper off the mark.
Better than that, baby. It's game time.
Oh, the pass stolen by Indiana.
I'm here. I got ball.
Yes, Victor Oladipo. Not looking pretty. 3 for 10.
The NBA's most improved player was a guy that always invested in himself, both on and off the court, but he always put in the work to be better, was a sponge for information, an insatiable appetite to be the best. But the difference is, he's believing in himself. Whether that's singing at the NBA award show or performing at the highest level on the court, it's safe to say that Victor Oladipo has officially arrived.
Y'all get yours. I got ball.
To Rodney Hood. Steven Adams tips it.
That kid can block out the sun, Ed.
Hey, good contest.
Hood shot, no good.
It's easy. Force guys into low percentage shots. That's the reason why we're big into stats. It was all provided to you before the game in the scouting report.
Knocked loose.
I'll take that.
It's the Heat with the possession.
Clear out, man. This is too easy.
Slam dunk.
And when you get your prescription, you take your medicine and you call it a day.
I got him.
To Oladipo. Screen coming.
Pick coming left.
Oladipo.
Cutter, I got yours.
Lets it fly from long range. Rebound comes to Miami. Oh, and the Pacers come away with the steal. Rebound taken by Miami. Hood. Here comes the screen.
Right.
To Rodney Hood. Shot clock for the Heat down to 3. Oh, the pass stolen by Indiana.
Hands up, hands up, hands up.
Bam Adebayo, able to recover with the block.
Everybody pick up, D up, D up.
It's a turnover as they head the other way. Just inside the arc, at the buzzer. That'll do it for the first quarter. The Heat with the lead. First quarter complete, on to the second period. A little bit of a feeling out process so far.
And when both teams are playing at this level, it just continues to reaffirm that I was excited to watch both of these teams play this entire week. It's been a solid game so far. But this has a chance to be a great one down the stretch.
Pacers control.
I got ball.
To Oladipo. It goes down.
He's been doing this for years. The physicality in which he plays, no one wants to see that. You're going to leave the game with black and blue marks all over your body.
And draws the foul.
Smart play to rip through the extended arm of the defender. That will get you to the free throw line every time.
First one, count it.
Shot, bro.
Goes 2 for 2 at the line.
There it is.
Indiana with the basketball.
Wait on it. Go. Ooh, cut.
To Brogdon. Goes reverse to lay it in.
Look, there was barely any contact on that last play. I agree with the ref's no call. Let him play.
Yep, I got ball.
And they call the foul. Jay, he was there too late.
You never really want to foul a shooter, but if you do, ensure they're going to have a tough time converting. That's good knowledge of personnel.
Knocks down the first. Good free throw shooting. Knocks down a pair. To Turner. Passed it off. Stanley Johnson, strong finish.
I see the easy dunk, but what I don't see is energy. Scream, do something. Get yourself emotionally involved in the game.
Layup's good. Those are the types of shots you always strive for.
Well, they have such great flow to their offense this evening. The ball isn't sticking to one player individually. It's moving around the perimeter, and it's zipping. They're playing with a special cohesiveness.
And he's fouled. Very close, Jay. The result, he's going to the line. Steven Adams, couple of free throws on the way. 56% for his career.
That's a bucket. That's a bucket.
No back-to-back free throws here. He missed the second. Oladipo.
Oh! Out there looking like the Kimbe Mutombo.
Took it right to him, and the defender was ready.
Right here.
Yes, and a foul. They'll have a chance at a three-point play.
The defender was actually in a good position there. They even made a decent play on the ball, but sometimes those bounces go the other way. Still, stay aggressive out there.
OG Anunoby trying to cash in on the three-point play. Hasn't missed yet. Free. Got it.
Keep working him out, boy. He can't guard you.
Keep working. Nice bucket.
Oladipo, great look and vision, and watch him do the rest. Slam dunk.
An easy two, get back on defense.
Just not going down. Oladipo. Textbook defense. Beyond the arc for three. Tough shot. Well defended.
Oh, yeah, it's me and you. Me and you.
Brogdon to Oladipo. Here comes the screen.
Big pick right there.
Get back in there. Get back in there.
Shot from in close. No good. Count the basket. A lot of contact. No foul.
That's what I'm talking about, Ed. It's that simple. Put the ball in the bucket.
Pacers with the possession. Knocked loose. That's a turnover. It goes the other way.
That's called game plan execution to perfection. Every possession on the road is critical.
Knocked loose. It's a turnover as they head the other way.
Knock that down.
Going to launch. Beyond the arc. Buries it on the catch and shoot.
Ed, let me tell you how this one goes. It ain't no fun if the homies can't have some. Everyone's getting a piece of the rock tonight.
Oladipo into the front court. Margins 8. And the denial.
Just incredible timing on that swat.
Give him 2 points. High percentage.
That's a strong finish. Regardless of contact, finishing strong is key.
Got him. Good trap. Good trap. I like this double team right now.
Deep three at the buzzer. Time expires to end the first half with the Heat in front.
It's time for the Rose Report at halftime. and it's brought to you by EA Sports. The Heat will start the second half with a narrow lead. Clearly, the number of three-pointers these guys scored in the first half was incredible. And if they can keep that up, it's going to be tough to keep that team down. These are the guys getting buckets for the Miami Heat. The Pacers are keeping things competitive after 2 quarters. And even though they don't have the lead, they're doing a great job of moving the ball around. They might find themselves on the winning end of the scoreboard if they can keep it up.
Game track. Steals.
We're seeing a lot of steals in this game, and it's not been one-sided. Each of the teams in this matchup have been aggressive on defense and getting some positive results.
Player of the half.
The film speaks for itself. He's definitely the player of the half. Now he just got to give an encore to get his team to win.
Who was cold?
Oladipo just can't seem to get it going. He's been able to get shots up, but more often than not, they just haven't been dropping for him. Here we go with the top plays from the first half.
Number 2. Number 1.
And with that, I'm sending it back to Ed and Jay to bring you the rest of the game.
Come on here. Come on.
To Rodney Hood. Screen coming.
Screen left coming. Screen
Hood.
left coming. Screen left.
Off the assist.
Right back to you.
I love the drive to the basket there. Instead of trying to go around or over, go through.
It's Indiana basketball. The drive. Right. Got a piece of it.
Jumping out the gym right now, Ed.
Great anticipation. Turner. No good. Another shot won't go either. Oladipo into the front court. His club's staring up at an 8-point deficit. Finishing inside the paint on that one.
Look, the most efficient offenses are the ones with the highest number of assists. There are only 5 teams in the league that average 25 assists or more.
Here's a chance from long range. Buries it. It's a 3.
Don't seem shocked. This is how the game is played these days. Shooting a 3 is like shooting a layup.
Oladipo. To Turner. Bam Adebayo. Pins it. And his foot was on the line. It's going the other way.
Here we go. Here we go.
Fires the 3. Tough shot. He hits.
You know, from a point guard perspective, one of the things that I learned when I played in the league was that the more I was willing to give the ball up, the harder other players were willing to run to their spots. The harder the bigs were running to the rim. The harder the three-point shooters were running to the three-point line because they knew they can be active recipients. And when they caught the ball, they knew exactly what to do with it.
Has a look. Oladipo, not that time.
Your contest was great because of your proximity to the player. You forced his follow-through to be cut short, which made him short-arm the shot.
And he'll head to the line.
Ed, as a defender, you cannot, I repeat, you cannot foul in the act of upward motion into your shot. Your timing needs to be better.
Domantas Sabonis at the line for 2 shots. For his career, 72%. Misses the first. Good bounce back. Hits the second. It's a 1 of 2 trip.
Got him. Double.
To Rodney Hood. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. Knocks it down and the foul. He's going to the line for a chance at a 4-point play.
It never would have been a foul if you didn't give him space. Your job defensively is to stay attached to him at all times. Force him to put the ball on the ground and drive and make a shot over the trees below.
Rodney Hood with a chance at a 4-point play. For his career, 82%. Hits the free throw.
I see you've been working on your game.
Pacers control. Nice pass to set things up. Rises for the slam. Jay, let's see if that's a sign for him.
Well, he's been pretty much non-existent the first 3 quarters, but when you have a play like that can get the juices going, and that can help you with your offensive rhythm.
To Rodney Hood. Short jumper off the mark. To Oladipo. And the reward, he's going to the line.
Ed, the reality is that good jump shooters know how to get those calls. Overall, though, there's less flopping in the game, which is great. But there's something uncanny about certain players' abilities to get those calls on a regular basis.
First free throw is good. No good on the second. It's a 1 of 2 trip.
I got ball.
Indiana with the basketball.
Let's go. Pick him up.
Missed it. Almost a foul. They let it go. To Rodney Hood. Deep 2 there. Won't go.
And that's next level defense. The defender took away the pocket space of the shooter. Now, as a shooter, they shoot hundreds of shots each and every day. From that pocket with consistency. Now you force them to change the angle or the positioning of that pocket, you're going to lower the chances of them making that shot.
First one goes down.
There we go. Yes, sir.
And fails to hit them both.
Oh, he sent that one to the 3rd row.
He was locked in. That was impressive. He's on the deck. Great sacrifice. Doesn't have the touch. No good. Nice pace, sets it up, and slams it down.
And the last 10 sequences down the court, everybody's touched the ball. You don't see anybody with any kind of negative expressions on their face because everybody's eating.
To Adams. Steven Adams with the slam. Here on their home floor, they're chipping away.
I mean, does this crowd have a pulse? Are they even alive? Sometimes when you make a play like that, your crowd needs to get you back in this ball game.
Double.
From long range, he's got it for 3.
You live by the 3, you die by the 3. And guess what? They're living large right now.
Match up, baby.
Trying to cash in. It's no good. Great defense.
That's me. I got it.
4-3.
Oh, yeah, great
Missed
board,
it.
Great board.
D up, baby.
To Oladipo. Adams to Stanley Johnson. John Henson sends it away. Oh, the Heat right there to take it away.
You know, Ed, sometimes you're just more ready to play than your opponent. The intensity and the effort is off the charts.
Off the assist.
Hey, one of the things I hear all the great teams say in the huddle, they say 1, 2, 3, no mercy. Now it's time for you to go even harder on the defensive end.
Had a good look there, but it's no good.
I got ball, I got ball, I got ball, I got ball.
Converts in the paint. Nice finish at the rim.
Good shot.
It's not a travel if it looks pretty.
Now the Pacers going to use a timeout as their coach wants to get a word in with his guys here in this third quarter. New blood coming in for both sides.
I got ball, I got ball, I got ball. I'm here.
To Stanley Johnson. For three, knocks it down. And Jay, so much better to get that shot beyond the arc than inside 22 feet.
And in today's game, you have to make shots like that. Nice work draining it from deep.
Hey, shot.
Gets a look, can't hit.
I got him. Here we go.
To Brogdon, fires the three. That's off the side of the rim, no good.
Pick up.
Shots up.
Jumper's good.
Strong finish. That's what you need, regardless of contact, focusing on the rim.
To Adams. Johnson. Pass stolen by Miami.
You go back to the principles, things that we started working on.
Throws it down. Down off the alley-oop pass. Jay, that's a strong connection.
And it's always about the play before the play. Look how the eyesight was able to connect between two players. We call that an eyesight contract, because when you have a contract that's signed, sealed, and then delivered like that, that's how great plays are made.
Shot clock winding down.
Shooter.
From the outside, no good.
And it's never a great thing when you're talking to yourself the entire next possession about the shot you just missed. Now you know you're in that player's head mentally.
Ah, rocking the rim.
Lock up. Here he comes.
Ah, the monster stuff. Late heave to beat the buzzer. Quarter comes to an end as the Heat enjoy some breathing room. So the Pacers with the basketball to start the fourth quarter, and not a whole lot you could do in this situation other than give it your best shot.
And players don't like to hear this, Ed, but the reality of the matter is this is a character-building opportunity. Yes, you may lose this game, but that does not mean that you do not fight each and every possession.
To the rim, lays it up and in.
You know, it reminds me out of a story a legendary coach once told me. He said, if you ever get in a fight, you're not going to hit somebody with an open hand, correct? You'll probably break a finger. But if you hit somebody with a fist, what is that? That's 5 fingers working collectively together as one. That's how you deliver a knockout punch, and that's what we're seeing tonight.
To Turner. The shot, almost.
The most important thing a shooter can do is continue to shoot. The defense is always going to give great effort, but it's more of your psyche that goes into the next shot that will limit you on whether you make the shot or not.
I got ball. I got ball.
Here comes the screen. Runner's good there.
Clearly not afraid of the spotlight here because that was not an easy look.
Miami's got it.
Be alert. Be alert. Here it comes. Be alert.
Gets to the basket and scores.
That's what I'm talking about, Ed. It's that simple. Put the ball in the bucket.
Play some D. Play some D.
To Turner. Oh, he had it.
Way to work.
Drive on the baseline, but his shot stays out.
And one of the most underrated things in this game is quick lateral speed. Good job by utilizing that speed and taking away the lane.
We get a whistle and a timeout here for Miami as they'll talk things over here in this fourth quarter. Changes coming from both sides right now.
I got this D on him.
Lets it fly from long range, and the rebound. Pulled down by Adams. Pacers with the possession.
I got ball.
I got him.
To Adams. Flushes it home.
Assist me.
See, Ed, that's what I love. You don't need to conserve your energy. You attack that rim with ferocity. You always set the tone.
I got ball.
Beyond the arc for 3. Man, that was a tough shot.
And they're relentless with these long shots. It just seems like their spacing is perfect, and they come down, they know exactly where they want to be, and they're shooting the ball without hesitation.
Yes, and the foul, and a chance at 3 coming up.
And I know there's so much excitement about the play, but everybody looks at the player. More people need to pay attention to the guy at the end of the bench, the strength and conditioning coach, because this kid's been putting in the time and effort every day in the weight room.
Free throw's good to cap off the three-point play as they draw a tiny bit closer. Nance to Rodney Hood.
Left. Hey, box out.
Rebound belongs to Indiana.
Hey, double screen.
Nice pass to set things up. Shot from the lane won't go. Gets it in the right corner. Has a chance. Wide open look won't go. The follow won't go either.
Hey, check up. Let's go.
To Rodney Hood. Tough-looking shot there. Still gets it to go down.
Well, the shooting has been spectacular, but one of the things that I've seen as the difference maker in this ball game is how they are catching the basketball. They're not establishing a pivot foot, which leaves the defense wondering which way you can drive, but when that shot is working like that, you got it any way you want it.
To Turner. 5 to shoot for Indiana. Has a look. Hood with the rebound. Almost. Unlucky bounce. Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a three-point play.
He should get some kind of acting award. That's a great sell by the offensive player. But guess what? The refs bit, and that's the game.
Counted at the line.
Good shot, boy.
It's the Heat with the possession. Here comes the screen. To Rodney Hood. Not that time. Oladipo into the front court. Down a bundle. Good look that time, but off the mark.
Well, you can't finish with your right hand on the left side of the rim. You actually have to use your opposite hand. Steve Nash is one of the best at this. Different shots at different angles, high off the glass, expecting that there are trees down below with long wingspans that can block your shot.
5 to shoot for Miami. Hood. Going to launch. Beyond the arc. Pulled down by Sabonis. Oladipo into the front court. His guys down big. Can't connect.
Defense. Defense. Let's go.
Rebound cleared by the Pacers. Oladipo into the front court. Looking to make something happen. The Pacers with 4 to shoot. Victor Oladipo. Great defense, forcing the miss.
And look, sometimes you don't have it going every single night. Maybe utilize yourself as a decoy and get some teammates involved with your passing.
Layup goes down. Well done.
No doubt about where that one was headed.
It's Indiana basketball. Oladipo. Here comes the screen.
You gotta work around the screen. You're killing me.
Not that time.
Make the next one.
I got him. I got him.
Here comes the screen.
Oh, yeah, easy, easy.
Nothing going here on that drive. Trying to cash in. Shot won't go. On the follow. Way to stay with it.
Match up, match up, match up.
The Heat with the victory as they cruise to win a game that was never really in doubt. That does it. For my partner, Jay Williams, and our entire crew, I'm Ed Cohen. This has been a presentation of the NBA on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. As we say, so long, everyone.
Jalen Rose here, and I've got your EA Sports post-game wrap-up. The Heat put together a nice win here today. Sometimes a team can hurt itself by being too aggressive on defense, and sometimes a team can guarantee itself a win by using defensive aggression in a focused way, like we saw here today. Here are the guys who put up the most points for the Miami Heat. The Pacers just couldn't get within striking distance toward the end of the game. And even though some of them smiled and shook hands with the other guys after the game, you could tell by the way they headed to the tunnels how disappointed they were about this loss. What you see here is how the majority of the points were scored for the Indiana Pacers.
Game track. 3-point shooting.
The Miami Heat were able to stretch the defense because of how effectively they were scoring from long range. The opposition couldn't make the necessary adjustments and now have to settle with a loss.
Player of the game.
And what we have here are highlights worth 1,000 words. There's no question he stood out amongst the rest in today's matchup.
Who was cold?
This isn't the segment you want to be in, of course, but even the best players find their way into this part of the show. Here are the top plays.
Number 2. Number 1.
Take a look at the upcoming games for the Indiana Pacers. On behalf of ESPN on EA Sports, I'm Jalen Rose, and it's been our pleasure to present you with some NBA basketball.
It is NBA action on EA Sports. I'm Ed Cohen. Great to be joined by Jay Williams. Should be a terrific game here tonight. From Smoothie King Center in downtown New Orleans. Tonight, it's the New Orleans Pelicans taking on the Miami Heat. The opening tip to the home side. Pelicans with it first in New Orleans. Pass stolen by Miami. Taking advantage of the turnover.
There's some players out there that like the freedom of space, and then we have the anomalies. We have the players who feel comfortable being uncomfortable, and almost the physicality of the game centers them and puts them right on balance every time.
Bam Adebayo pins it. Out of bounds, last touch by the Heat. Favors to Clarkson. Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a three-point play.
And I love the smile on the face of the offensive player. Sometimes luck is on your side. I don't know how that shot went in, but and one.
Jimmy Butler at the line for a chance at a three-point play. A career 83% free throw shooter. Off the mark at the line. Full throttle right to the basket for the deuce.
Because in certain players' mind, it doesn't matter if they're amongst the trees or not. They're always going to be the giant in the paint.
Butler into the front court. They trail by 2. Here comes the screen. Baseline drive. Jimmy Butler, 2 for 2. That's what you want. We talk so much about who are the MVP candidates, but there are other guys who are so valuable to their teams, and Jimmy Butler at the forefront of that list.
I have a phrase that I use when I describe players like Jimmy Butler. It's called most valuable mentality. There are certain players that approach the game with a certain mindset every single day that they will do anything possible to win the ball game. He plays with his heart and soul every single possession and every night, and he will leave it on the court if that means he can win the ball game.
First one goes down. Goes 2 for 2 at the line. To Rodney Hood, going to launch beyond the arc. His first effort off the mark. Clarkson with the basketball. Lead is 2. To Butler.
Hey, you got the screen right, screen right, screen right. Shot going up.
Short jumper won't fall. Has a chance. And the rebound taken in by Clarkson. To Williams. Clarkson to Butler. Here comes the screen. Terrific vision. Knocks it down from mid-range.
You know what I like about this pass play? Instead of putting his head down and forcing the action, he patiently waited for the play to develop.
For 3, buries it on the catch and shoot.
I hope everyone here knows the golden rule. Guys, remember, sharing is caring.
John Henson with the block.
Just erasing mistakes left and right.
Here comes the screen. Williams. To Clarkson. New Orleans down to 4 in the shot clock. Bam Adebayo able to recover with the block. Substitution being made in this one.
I got ball.
Jimmy Butler.
Whoa! Get that out of here.
Message sent, Jay. Hood. Nice pass to set things up.
I love the drive to the basket there. Instead of trying to go around or over, go through.
Here we go.
New Orleans will take it up.
I got him. Here we go.
John Henson rejects it.
That kid can block out the sun, Ed.
Hey, lock up, lock up.
Pelicans have it.
How many times you gonna turn it over? Outlet.
Hey, get mine. I got yours. I got yours.
And he's going to the free throw line.
You see this all the time. The defensive players establishing his presence on the court and also checking to see how far the refs are going to let him go.
Jimmy Butler, couple of free throws on the way. He struggled so far. Knocks down the first. Second one off the mark. He goes 1 for 2. I don't know what the defender was doing there, but count the points.
That's lunch pail business right there. Don't worry about the no call. Keep powering through.
Here comes the screen.
Screen coming left. Screen coming.
Nance. And the finish. Slam dunk.
Tie ball game so far. Neither one of these teams really able to pull ahead. Might be time to put the bench players in the game, and let's see who could differentiate themselves.
Butler. Five to shoot for the Pelicans. And Jimmy Butler. Shot won't go.
Come on, show me something better than that, baby. It's game time.
I got ball.
To Rodney Hood. Here comes the screen.
Screen coming. Watch out. Here comes screen.
Trying to cash in. Gets a look. Can't hit. They get it down to Ingram. Stuffs it down with authority.
See, Ed, that's what I love. You don't need to conserve your energy. You attack that rim with ferocity. You always set the tone.
It's the Heat with the possession.
My ball.
And the rebound taken by the Pelicans.
You gotta get up on that.
Block up. Here you come.
And he finishes at the rim.
He's been doing this for years. The physicality in which he plays. No one wants to see that. You're going to leave the game with black and blue marks all over your body.
To Rodney Hood. Knocked loose. Taken by the Pelicans.
Come on.
Yeah. Let's go. What you got?
To Butler. Here comes the screen.
Screen right.
Has a look. And hits off a killer step back.
I don't know what halftime evaluation will be worse, the ankles or the bruised ego.
Now the Heat gonna use a timeout as they'll talk things over here in the first quarter. Both coaches dipping into their reserves. Changes coming onto the floor.
Screen.
Has a chance. Deep two there. Won't go. Grant with the basketball. Up by 6. To Butler. Nothing going here on that drive. Jimmy Butler, 3 for 6 now.
That's a good run right here to end the first quarter to open up that lead. If you're the coach of this team, you have to like the effort your guys are giving.
Nothing going here on that drive. Trying to cash in. Shot by Anunoby, no good. Butler to bring it up. His team on top by 8. Here comes the screen. Butler to Favors. You've got to get that one to go.
But you can't just be a one-dimensional player. I know you're probably frustrated by me even saying that, but when you don't even give the option to pass the ball by utilizing some head fakes or ball fakes here and there, you save the defender by keeping them on their toes with the element of surprise.
Deep 3 at the buzzer. That ends the first quarter. The Pelicans have the lead. Ed Cohen, Jay Williams with you as we get things started. Started here in the second quarter.
Get back.
Lets it fly from beyond the arc. Oh, good offense beating good defense.
Ed, let me tell you how this one goes. It ain't no fun if the homies can't have some. Everyone's getting a piece of the rock tonight.
Hey, big screen right
The drive, right to the basket. Knocked loose. John Henson knocked away. It's getting dangerous down there.
Ed, I hated getting my shot blocked like that, but I did like getting the ball right back.
Williams. Out of bounds, last touch by the Heat, so it'll stay with New Orleans. Butler. John Henson, huge block.
Just incredible timing on that swat.
From long range. Second effort. Fires the 3. Great defense, forcing the miss. New Orleans has it. Butler down to Grant. Cleans it up. And he's going to the line to shoot.
Ed, as a defender, you cannot, I repeat, you cannot foul in the act of upward motion into your shot. Your timing needs to be better.
First free throw is good. 2 for 2 on that trip.
Pick up.
Oh, not a good pass as the Pelicans come up with it.
Come on, let's dig in. Let's really build this lead.
And they call the foul. Felt the breeze there, Jay.
Welcome to new age basketball. You blow on me, that's a foul.
Looks like both teams are making substitutions. To Clarkson. Butler. Jimmy Butler, 4 out of 7.
Well, when you play for each other and not just for yourself, that's when great things happen. You essentially lose yourself in what the team is trying to accomplish. It's called unselfish basketball. And there's nothing more beautiful than rewarding your teammate with a nice pass and letting them finish for 2 or 3 points.
Williams to Butler. Driving right to the basket. Good. Off a spin.
There's certain guys in this league that should be put on alert status 24/7 because either they're posterizing you or that attempt can still be a poster.
Cruises inside for 2.
That's what I'm talking about, Ed. It's that simple. Put the ball in the bucket.
And Jay, they call the foul.
A simple touch foul.
Shifting gears. Here come some substitutions. Clarkson to Williams. To Butler. Beyond the arc for 3. Now that's a contest. And finishes strong.
I don't think I could do that on a 5-foot rim.
I can, because that's my only choice. Pelicans basketball. Butler to Williams. Screen coming. Curling inside. Count the basket. 2 more points in the paint.
You normally don't see that, but that's the type of thing that keeps shooters in the league for a long time. Every once in a while, they venture into the paint.
To Rodney Hood. Screen coming. Hood. Fires the 3. No good. That's great defense.
And look, sometimes you don't have it going every single night. Maybe utilize yourself as a decoy and get some teammates involved with your passing.
Williams to Clarkson. A drive to the basket, but the shot won't go down. Five to shoot for Miami. 4-3. Hood when he's open and when he's not. So dangerous.
For average shooters, that's not a great shot. But for a great shooter, that's a good look.
Whistle stops play, timeout New Orleans, as they'll take a moment to go over things here in the second quarter. We have both squads set to make some moves right now. Butler to Favors. Oh, the touch at the rim. Count it.
Look, there was barely any contact on that last play. I agree with the ref's no call. Let him play.
My ball. Hey, this is my man right here. Y'all get yours. I got ball. I got ball. Watch that cutter.
To Rodney Hood. Here comes the screen. Has a look. He shoots. Oh, off the mark.
The contest was good, but you being a nuisance was great. Continue to be that gnat that no matter how many times you swing at it, it never goes away.
Clarkson. Down to 5 on the 24. Has a chance. Grant with the shot. That won't fall. The follow won't go either.
Defense. Defense, let's go.
And counted at the rim.
Not always the first option, but his number was definitely called on that one.
Clarkson with the basketball. Up 6. To Butler. Screen coming.
Right.
Butler to Clarkson. Trying to cash in. Keep on trying. Shot's no good there. Lays it up and in.
No doubt about where that one was headed.
Pelicans have the basketball. Here comes the screen. Nothing going here on that drive. Clarkson to Butler. Has a look. Butler can't get his shot to fall. To Rodney Hood. Shot clock for the Heat down to 3. Has a chance. Can't connect.
The most important thing a shooter can do is continue to shoot. The defense is always going to give great effort, but it's more of your psyche that goes into the next shot that will limit you on whether you make the shot or not.
Shot clock coming down to 4. Down to 3. Knocks it down. Off the step back.
I 100% guarantee you that was not the play call, but a bucket is a bucket.
Trying to cash in. Here's the step back. Deep 3 at the buzzer. Time expires to end the first half. The Pelicans in front.
Thanks, Ed. Let's get right into the action here. The Pelicans have themselves a close game after 2 quarters. It was their playmaking, the way they gave each other scoring opportunities. That really impresses me. I love seeing unselfish basketball like that. Have a look at the leading scorers for the New Orleans Pelicans. The Heat have kept it close after 1 half. I love the way they gave each other scoring opportunities. That really impressed me. I love seeing unselfish basketball like that. Have a look at the leading scorers for the Miami Heat.
Game track. Bench points.
This is a game where the bench guys deserve a bit of the spotlight. The thing is, you need a spotlight big enough for the reserves on both squads. This is a game that's been all about the depth in the depth chart.
Player of the half.
Butler has been a defensive force in this matchup. If he's not stealing the ball, he's swatting it. And that combination has made for an incredible half.
Who was cold?
Every player that makes it to the NBA is a great athlete. But even the best players have off nights. Today has just been one of those nights for this guy. Here we go with the top plays from the first half.
Number 2. Number 1.
And with that, I'm sending it back to Ed and Jay to bring you the rest of the game.
Oh, and we have a 5-second violation. All set to go here in the second half. The third quarter is underway. Yes, and the foul, and a chance at 3 coming up.
And I love the smile on the face of the offensive player. Sometimes luck is on your side. I don't know how that shot went in, but and one.
Jimmy Butler trying to cash in on a three-point play. He struggled so far. The free throw, perfect. And the lead is up to 7. Knocked loose. Pelicans have it.
Take care of the ball, baby. Take care of the ball.
John Henson sends it away. Couldn't keep it in. It's out off John Henson. Layup goes down. Well done.
When the ball's in his hands, we all knew what was going to happen.
It's the Heat with the possession. Lets it fly from long range. He engulfed him that time.
And big-time coaching strategy by the staff right there, utilizing their bench, keeping fresh legs on that shooter consistently throughout the course of the game.
Knocks it down from mid-range.
And the true test of a team's character is how they respond when they get hit in the mouth. Keep digging.
To Rodney Hood. Off the assist.
And Ed, here's my offensive theory. More touches, more points. This is a fast-paced league. Either the coaches adapt or you'll be left behind.
On a very lazy pass there. Butler into the front court. It's a 9-point lead. Turns and slams it down.
So many people think making assists is creating something razzle and dazzle. Sometimes giving the ball up early is the right play and the most efficient.
Shot off the mark. Good defense.
Shooters. Shoot. Period. I don't want to hear any excuses. That's why you're on the floor. You keep doing what you're doing with that superior confidence.
Clarkson. They'll go to Butler down low. Just enough of a head fake to help on that one.
One of the best in the biz right there. Maybe the best.
Miami with the basketball. Jimmy Butler with a piece. And this will be out of bounds off of Butler. Coach is going to shift gears and adjust his matchups. Out of bounds.
Hey, it's up game. Let's take it home now. Let's go.
Grant with the basketball. They lead it by 14.
Oh! Out there looking like the Kimbe Mutombo.
Took it right to him, and the defender was ready. Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a three-point play.
So many times we get on a defender for quote-unquote letting the offensive player score on an and one. Sometimes there's a lucky bounce, but more often than not, it's the offensive player who makes the play happen despite the defender's best intentions.
Brandon Ingram at the line for a chance at a three-point play. A career 65% free throw shooter. Can't convert the free throw.
I got ball, I got ball, I got ball, I got ball.
Here's a chance from long range. That one off the mark. It's no good. Going to launch. Beyond the arc. Buries it on the catch and shoot.
It's all about creating space with the dribble. Once you have that gap, you can beat somebody in a variety of ways. He chose a dagger with the three.
Hey, double screen.
Match up, match up.
Oh, the Heat right there to take it away.
Get back.
So important to take care of the basketball. Easy two on the other end after the turnover.
You know, teams usually shoot higher percentages early in the shot clock. Plus, you take away the legs of the defense. You have to dictate the pace.
Shot up, rebound.
Shot by Favors, off the mark.
It's easy. Force guys into low percentage shots. That's the reason why we're big into stats. It was all provided to you before the game in the scouting report.
Grant with the basketball. The lead is 11. Has a look. Grant with the shot. That won't fall. Right time, right player.
Can't teach height.
That's me, I got it.
Brandon Ingram tips it. They've recovered it. To Favors.
Hey, watch the pick.
New Orleans down to 4 in the shot clock. Shot by Ingram misses.
Everybody pick up, everybody pick up. D up.
And scores. Strong take.
Do I feel good right now?
I've seen him float so much on the perimeter, I forgot he even had that kind of physical presence. Good to see him beating up on people down low again.
Here comes the screen. Oh, he's denied.
Oh, big man doing work right there.
Here we go.
Count the basket, and it could have been more. No whistle.
Come on, man.
Some players are just built to absorb the contact. He pretty much dusted that defender off like that was a bug at the park.
The Pelicans will take the timeout as their coach wants to get a word in with his guys here in this third quarter.
Nah, I don't need no screen.
A drive down the lane, but the shot won't go down.
Oh, come out. I got it. Trap. I got it.
Perfect feed to set up the basket.
And when the ball gets the defense rotating from side to side, you're bound to find opportunities for each other.
New Orleans going to take it up.
Match up.
Hey, I got
Hood.
mine. Y'all get yours. I got mine.
For 3, tough shot. Well defended.
And look, sometimes you don't have it going every single night. Maybe utilize yourself as a decoy and get some teammates involved with your passing.
Lets it fly from beyond the arc. Second effort.
Yours. Take it.
Basket's good on the follow. Way to stay with it. Grant with the basketball.
I got him.
Leads 3 to Favors. And too much contact.
He took a chance. That's the right call.
The drive right to the basket. And he's fouled. Couple of free throws coming up, Jay.
No. I'll tell you, the team that makes the little mistakes, like committing unnecessary reach-in fouls like that, will be the team that ends up with the L.
First try, no good. Missed the second. 0 for 2. From long range, he was all over him.
Just because you're an elite shooter doesn't mean you need to shoot the ball every possession. Maybe give a head fake, crack into the defender.
Fires the 3. Smothering D.
Shot up.
And he hits.
Ooh, shows like this separate the good players from the great ones. The good players, they have good first halves, and then they fade to black in the second. The great players, they just sustain that kind of dynamic energy throughout the entire ball game.
Count it.
Man, that may not have been a gimme, but that layup at the rim definitely chips away at the pride of the defense.
I'm on D.
And a throwdown.
That's what I'm talking about. Nice finish. It's all business.
Self-check.
Now pass stolen by the Pelicans.
Tonight, it may not cost you, but in a playoff game, it will.
Rises for the slam.
Well, look, you can't be caught flat-footed on defense. You need to be on the balls of your feet, especially in transition. You have to jab at that guy with the ball, hedge at him, make him think that maybe you will take him. Maybe you'll fan out to a defender on the perimeter, but still keep him guessing. But when you don't do that, that's easy money.
Whistle stops play, timeout New Orleans, as they'll make sure they're all on the same page here in the fourth quarter.
You know, Ed, usually in timeouts, you see coaches give these rah-rah speeches. And what happens is it goes through the player's left ear and out the right. They don't pay attention. I've been a part of those huddles. What I just saw, though, I saw a coach snap a clipboard. No doubt about it, he has his team's attention.
And hits the first free throw. No good on the second. It's a 1-of-2 trip. Hood. Sheer strength to slam it down. He ran right through the gauntlet.
See, these are the type of opportunities the defense doesn't take advantage of. When that guy went up for that dunk, he cradled the ball to gain momentum. As soon as he brings that ball back to you in the cradle, you have to have active hands, get in there, strip that ball away.
Screen, I got your help. Wait on it.
Beyond the arc for three. Can't connect.
Bad shot, my fault.
The follow won't go either. Goes to the right side. Fires the three. Cleans it up. And a putback slam.
Ed, it's pretty amazing how athletic bigs can be when it comes to getting an easy 2 points, huh?
It's Pelicans ball.
Hands up. Hands up.
Deep right corner. Won't go down. And stuffs it home.
And cutting hard in transition is one of the most underrated things about this game. The harder you can cut is the more it opens up the floor to make plays just like that.
I'm here.
Stop the ball.
He gets it.
So many times you can tell if a player is going to finish before he even gets to the rim. Did you see that look on his face? That was the look of a three-point play. You always going in thinking you can get more at the rim.
Able to convert inside.
Sometimes when the players find that flow, nobody else needs to touch the ball. He's in a zone by himself.
4-3. Can't go down. Smothering defense. Bam Adebayo.
Oh, and he can't keep it in off the block.
Man, that was impressive. Coach has seen enough. He wants some changes. New personnel onto the floor. To Favors. Five to shoot for the Pelicans.
Hey, screen on the right. You got your help.
Not that time.
Oh, I see how you're playing this chess match. That's what you keep doing defensively. Keep baiting him and luring him into shooting that jump shot. Exploit him.
I got him. Let's go. You.
Here we go. I got ball. Shot. Box up.
Won't go.
Good boy.
Man, make that shot, dog.
Here we go. Trap this.
Oh, Jay, he commands the paint this time down.
Well, we got a chance to firsthand watch something be created. I think we just watched an epidemic of passing. I've never seen something like this before. It was so contagious, everybody started to do it, and it ultimately led to the other team's demise.
If that's an epidemic, sign me up. And he's fouled. Good play by the shooter.
You know what? That's an even better play by the defender. I like the foul there. Send a message. Nothing easy.
He's going to have to earn it now. And he connects on the first free throw. And he makes them both.
Dang, get off the court.
Mismatch.
Wait on it.
Count the basket at the rim.
And sometimes less is more. Keeping it simple is the best way.
New Orleans will take it up. Lets it fly from long range. And the rebound taken in by Hood. Wraps him up. That's intentional. And the ref calls it.
Ed, what's that old saying? Ruffled feathers do not flock together? Well, actually, I just made that up. But what it means is that play will cause a little havoc. As designed, the team that uses it to galvanize as a unit will have the advantage.
Now the intentional foul as they get it with a little under 20 seconds left to play.
Smart play. You have fouls to use. Good way to manage the clock without burning a timeout.
Off the mark on the first free throw.
Homie, knock it down.
Knocks down the second after missing the first.
Back to you.
The Pelicans will take the timeout. They're going to have to draw something up for an open look at a three.
Yep. Put a roll. Wait on it.
Come on, you gotta work around the screen. You're killing me.
Has a chance. Rebounded by the Heat.
Double.
We get a whistle and a foul with 1 second to go. It's not in the bag yet, but it would take a real meltdown for this to slip away.
Good foul right there. You want to stop the clock.
Nope, first one does not go. Off the mark, 0 for 2 at the line. The Heat with the victory as they win this one by 3. That does it. For my partner Jay Williams and our entire crew, I'm Ed Cohen. This has been a presentation of the NBA on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. As we say, so long, everyone.
Here we go with the EA Sports post-game wrap-up. The Heat finished with a narrow victory on the scoreboard. The defense in this matchup was outstanding. When they weren't blocking shots, they were making steals, and it all came together for a terrific win. Here are the guys who put up the most points for the Miami Heat. The Pelicans are probably frustrated with themselves after such a narrow loss. The way they shot the ball was outstanding, but even still, it wasn't enough to get the result they wanted. More often than not, you're going to win games when you shoot the ball as well as they did here today.
Game track. 3-point shooting.
Each of these teams were solid with their long-range shooting. So by extension, they were pretty poor with their perimeter defense. Closing out on shooters must always happen, whether you're tired or not.
Player of the game.
And what we have here are highlights worth 1,000 words. There's no question he stood out amongst the rest in today's matchup.
Who was cold?
What can you say about a guy like this? Except that he fits the title of this segment. He was definitely cold in this game. Top plays, and we've got 3 of them for you.
Number 2. Number 1.
These are the upcoming matchups for the New Orleans Pelicans. On behalf of ESPN on EA Sports, I'm Jalen Rose. We look forward to seeing you again next time.
All right, y'all. If y'all enjoyed that, make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe. I'll give y'all the next 3 games.
To me, all the same age. So, man, I'm 50, 30, 50. But once you turn 45, it's the same. I got man 56. Right here? Yeah. What are you standing? He does seem Asian to me as well. Which is an age thing. You're Asian? We're good. He told us he was Asian. That's my age. As a 56-year-old Asian man, don't you think he'll be a little bit, they start to show. They're easy small. I'm very active. I'm a dancer. So he's not 56, but you know a dancer? Right, a 56-year-old Asian. About 43. 43. I know, but we're going to get 50, maybe 56 here. Yeah. 43 over there? Yeah. Okay. What kind of dancing do you do? I do jazz, hip hop, high heels. Oh. I do like emotional dance. God, man. This is emotional dance? Yeah, that's how we dance emotionally. The way I do emotional dance. You gonna find out. Where is my unit? Like, are we trying to investigate something? She goes, what number is that? I go, I got numbers. She goes, am I supposed to be quiet or talking? You didn't talk to me! Well, that's how you know she's black. Right. She's definitely black. Are you a black woman? Definitely. Yeah. Power to the people. If they look back to the race, the video would be over. She said power to the people. Yeah. She might have grew up in the civil rights era. All right, we're going to do the interaction question. Before we do that, I'm bringing back the...
Dang, got a score of 47 points.
Every week I'm getting away with mine. All you have to do is be subscribed and comment below, and I'll just send you a link to get a mug. For free. You're welcome. We don't get these mugs for free. Yeah. I'm still looking for my mug. Well, you haven't commented, and you're not even subscribed. This is the problem, and I am subscribed. I commented on the 62 comments that said bald. I just liked all 62 of those. That's all. All 62 is me. I'll enjoy that. Number 1. What is your name, where are you from, and how often do you visit the doctor? Oh, wow. My name is Tristan Wood. I'm from Vietnam. Yeah, Tristan, yes. Tristan from Vietnam? Yeah. Whoa. We came to move to LA 6 months ago. Oh, wow. What's the last question again? How often do you visit the doctor? I always say every 3 months. Oh, you can every 3 months. Every 3 months? That's what you're supposed to change, right? I don't know. Every 3 months? Every 3 months means you. Okay. That's not.
All right, the next 4-game series is Chicago. Westbrook as ATL. Joel for the 76ers. And the King himself, LeBron James for the Lakers. I'm out, y'all.
I have to go to the doctor every 3 months just to have a routine check. Oh, you're freaky. He's a swinger.